The 1963 Corvette C2 wasn't just a new generation of Chevrolet sports car, it was a revolution. It introduced radical new styling, an advanced chassis, and powerful V8 engines, making it one of the most iconic and collectible Corvettes of all time. This was the car that took the Corvette from a stylish cruiser to a true high-performance machine, capable of competing with some of the best sports cars in the world. A new era for the Corvette. Before the C2, the first-generation Corvette was more of a stylish roadster than a true performance machine. It had the looks but lacked the raw performance and handling needed to take on European sports cars. That all changed in 1963 with the introduction of the second-generation Corvette, designed by the legendary Bill Mitchell and Larry Shinoda. Inspired by Mitchell's Sting-Ray race car, the new Corvette featured a sleek, aerodynamic design with sharp lines, hidden headlights, and, most famously, the split rear window, a one-year-only design feature that would make the 1963 model one of the most valuable Corvettes ever made. The split-window coupe gave the Corvette an aggressive, futuristic look. However, the design was controversial because the split in the rear glass created a visibility issue. By 1964, Chevrolet removed it, making the 1963 model a one-of-a-kind collector's item today. Performance and engineering. The C2 Corvette wasn't just about looks, it was a performance machine. Underneath, it featured a brand new ladder-type frame, replacing the previous generation's X-frame. This improved rigidity and handling, making it a more serious sports car. For the first time, the Corvette was available as a fastback coupe alongside the convertible. The new body was lighter and more aerodynamic, giving it better high-speed stability. Under the hood, buyers had several V8 engine options, starting with a 250 horsepower 327 cubic inch small block V8. But for those who wanted serious performance, Chevrolet offered a fuel-injected version of the 327, pushing out 360 horsepower, an incredible number for the time. With a 4-speed manual transmission, limited slip differential, and a near 50-50 weight distribution, the C2 Corvette offered nimble handling, strong acceleration, and excellent road feel, something few American cars of the era could match. Another key innovation was the independent rear suspension, a first for the Corvette. This gave the car significantly better handling and ride quality compared to its solid-axle competitors. Racing heritage. The 1963 Corvette Sting-Ray wasn't just a street car, it was built for racing. The Z06 package, introduced that year, was designed specifically for competition use. It included larger brakes with cooling duct, stiffer suspension for better cornering, a 36.5-gallon fuel tank for endurance racing. This made the Z06 Corvette one of the most formidable race cars of its time, competing in events like the 24 Hours of Daytona and the 12 Hours of Sebring. The Corvette versus the world. At the time, the biggest competitors for the Corvette were European sports cars like the Jaguar E-Type, Porsche 356, and Ferrari 250 GT. But the C2 Corvette brought American muscle to the world stage, offering similar performance at a fraction of the cost. Compared to the Jaguar E-Type, which was famous for its sleek design and smooth handling, the Corvette had more brute power and better straight-line speed. Against the Ferrari 250 GT, a car that cost nearly 3 times as much, the Corvette still managed to hold its own in both acceleration and handling. Interior and driving experience. Inside, the 1963 Corvette C2 was a mix of sportiness and comfort. The cockpit-style interior featured a driver-focused dashboard with a full set of gauges, a wood-rimmed steering wheel for a classic sports car feel, bucket seats designed for spirited driving, a center console with a manual shifter, giving the driver full control. Despite its performance nature, the Corvette still offered luxury options, including air conditioning, leather seats, and an AM/FM radio, rare features for a sports car in the early 1960s. The legacy of the 1963 Corvette C2 today. The 1963 Corvette Sting-Ray is one of the most desirable classic cars in history. The split-window coupe, in particular, is a highly sought-after collector's item, often commanding prices well into 6 figures at auctions. The C2 generation Corvette set the foundation for future Corvettes, proving that an American sports car could compete with the best in the world. It was a car that combined stunning design, advanced engineering, and raw performance, making it one of the most important and beloved Corvettes of all time.